Hello and welcome to another Magari car reviews video where we talk about all things Kenya. Today we are talking about car importation. What are those things that you need to know when you're actually importing your car? What are some of those important features that you need to check out for in your car before you bring it here? If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and you have everything that you need to know and you don't miss a video. We have today a very special guest, Kevin, the founder CEO of Vince Auto Center, who is going to take us through the import process. Let's start off by telling us, Kevin, what are some of the things that you do in Vince Auto Center?
Karibu sana. What we do at Vince Auto Center mostly, we sell cars at our Unicity Mall branch, and we do a lot of customizations and repair at our garage on Northern Bypass. That is just next to the hospital, the KU hospital, the new big hospital there. So today I'm going to take you through a few things about car importation, which is one of our main areas in terms of car sales. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic. Start off by telling us, I'm a customer. I call you or I walk into your office. I want to import a car from Japan, South Africa, Dubai, wherever it is. What are these processes that we need to take?
It's actually very simple, simpler than you might think. Eh?
Okay.
So when you're importing a car, the first thing you need to do is identify a car. How do you identify a car? You identify our car on our website, which is vinceautocenter.com. Here we have a listing of all the cars we have available at our Japan office,
Right.
Singapore office,
Yeah.
UK office. We have people on the ground to help us identify these cars. Yeah?
Yeah.
That is the first process,
Okay.
to identify the car. The next step is payment, which I know most people need to know a bit more on how to do this.
Right.
In terms of payment, there are two options. You can pay either through cash, that is paying off the whole car, or you can do financing. Those are the two options available. So I'm going to take you through both options.
Yeah.
The cash option.
So in financing is where somebody has got some of the money,
yes,
who doesn't have any money but wants a car.
Exactly.
And then the other option you have mentioned is that when somebody just has the money in the bank and transferring the money to pay for the car.
Exactly.
Take us through the process, the options available.
Yes. I will take you through both steps. The first option is cash.
Right.
The cash option is where we identify the car and we see the value of this car is CNF is around 5,000.
What is CNF?
CNF stands for cash at fight. That is the price of the car and the price for shipping the car to Mombasa. So we work, for example, we identify this car is $5,000, which is the exchange rate is around 110 right now, depending on this time.
Yeah.
When you're paying for cash, you pay that full amount to our bank account. It is Vince Auto Center.
So I pay you as Vince Auto Center,
exactly,
and not the importer or the owner of the car on the other side.
Yes. Okay. We do that because we are the one liable for your finances. We make sure we have credible suppliers on the other end, so your money is safe at all times. Right. That is the first step. You can pay the first amount, which is the CNF, and when the car gets to Mombasa, you are required to pay now the Kenyan duty, the carrier duty, and then there's some few port charges which will guide you depending on the car model. The import charges depend and the duty depend on the car model which you're picking. Okay. We'll assist through that whole process. You'll pay to us again, and we'll pay to the carrier, or you can even do that directly. We'll guide you that process, but it is easier for us to do everything for you. That's why we're here for you.
I think that's clear on the payment. Now, on the other side, for financing,
yes,
how does that happen?
Financing happens in this way. We have one mode of financing at our company. We have financing through the bank. Yeah. We are lucky enough to have good partnerships with big banks like Stanbic Bank through their data platform, where they finance us and we are able to finance your cars and get them to you delivered to up to 100% financing.
Okay.
Yes.
So I don't have money, but I qualify for financing.
Yes.
I can come to you, facilitate on the financing through the various banks.
Imagine all you need is your bank statements or your pay slips.
Oh, fantastic.
Because the car is the collateral, the actual car. You don't need a title deed or guarantor or anything like that.
I think that really works well for
yes,
people who are looking for financing.
Exactly.
The other thing that's always on a customer's mind when importing, how safe is my money, which you have addressed, but again, how sure is the person that the car that they're getting from the other side, the other country, is in good condition? Is a car that they can get and just drive off? How do you make that guarantee to the customer coming in?
What we do, we have two steps of making sure your car is in perfect condition. Number one, there is the inspection that is done with the Japanese government, or where the car is, the inspection is done at that place. Yes. And if it's in Singapore, it's done in Singapore. If it's Japan, then it's Japan. educate and educate. That is done. That is the requirement for all cars that are coming to Kenya.
Right.
That is step one. Step two, which is very important, that's where we come in. We have people on the ground because we've been in business for a while. So we know people on the ground, and we have people agents on the ground that make sure your car is in tip-top condition before it is even shipped or even loaded onto the container.
So the customer at this point has come in, you have offered me a financing option, I've taken or I've paid in cash, I've identified the car, and I've given you the money. What next? How long do I have to wait for the car to come in, and what do I have to do before I get the car in my doorstep?
Normally, a car takes around 3 weeks to 4 weeks to get to Mombasa, and an extra week to get to our showroom or your doorstep.
That's a total of about 5 weeks?
5 weeks is
total?
the best time to wait for your car when it's getting imported into Kenya.
Right.
Between that time, what you can do is you can be calling Kevin or the office at Vince Auto Center to ask him how is it going. We also give you a tracking number to see where your car is.
Oh.
For Meli Mahali, you can see the exact geolocation where that ship is.
Okay.
And when it gets to Mombasa, you have a notification the car is at Mombasa. So we guide you through that whole process until the car gets to a showroom or to your doorstep.
Okay. That's, I think it's a very reassuring way to a customer that they know that they can actually come and trace the car.
Exactly.
The other thing that people would want to find out is that we have often heard of cars coming in that are actually stolen. They turn out stolen, or they turn out that the registration is not done well.
Yes.
And this is something that is in the mind of somebody who's trying to import a car.
Yes.
How do you deal with that?
That is why we come in as Business Auto Center. Because of our experience in the business, we have trusted suppliers, number one, and we make sure our people on the ground are professionals to understand and know that this car should be like this car should not be like this, and we make sure the client is satisfied and has peace of mind in terms of the security, in terms of the origin of the car, because we have all those steps done by people on the ground. You understand?
Okay,
Yes.
great. What if there's a problem with the car?
Let
And
me-
the unfortunate event that there's a scratch that I was never told about,
Yes.
there's maybe an engine gearbox, there's a problem. How do you deal with that?
Number one, we mentioned that the car we have people on the ground to make sure those kind of things do not happen. But in the eventuality that something like that happens, like in the 1 out of 99 or
Do I as a customer get a guarantee
yes.
that actually will take care of it?
Number one, the advantage we have is we have a professional auto garage, the Vince Auto Center on Northern Bypass. So all our cars that come into Kenya must pass by there. All of them, whether it was in 100% or it has to be 100%, we have to make sure the car is checked by professionals locally before it even gets to you. That is number one. Number two, well, in case you go with your car, we have a 6-month warranty, mechanical warranty for your car. It is in bad faith
as Vince Auto Center.
at Vince Auto Center, because it is in bad faith for me to give you a car, toke pale engine, a few kilometers, you can stop. That is bad. That is not good.
Okay.
To make sure your car is in tip-top condition, personally.
Okay, great. Tell us how somebody can reach you. I'm interested in buying a car. I'm interested in either buying from a showroom
Yes.
or importing.
You can reach us on Instagram. Number one, you can see us there. We have all our content pale. Number two, we are at Unicity Mall next to Kenyatta University. Hapa you can see all the variety of cars we have. We have very many. You can see we have Nissans, we have Toyotas, we have Ws, we have Mercedes, we have all those cars depending on what you want. And you can also come to a garage on Northern Bypass next to Kenyatta University Hospital.
Great. So the person to see is Kevin.
Yes, anytime.
Okay.
Most people call me Vin. I don't know why, but
Vin.
I'll just stick to Kevin.
Great, Vin.
Yes.
Thanks so much for having us today and
Yes.
taking us through the importation car process.
Very much.
Viewers, there you have it. If you want to import your car, this is the man to see. If you have questions about car importation or buying a car, this is the guy to see, Kevin. See them at Unicity Mall. Until next time, if you're not subscribed, remember hit the subscribe button and make sure you catch all our videos. Until next time, see you.
Subscribe.